If we say that to think is to sketch outlines with a pencil, to feel is like painting colors on those outlines. Without a clear sense of coloring, our brains cannot make accurate decisions. Also, without colors, the energy to act on, we cannot move on and make actions. Animalistic fears would be all that are left behind for OCD patients. They have nothing else to do but to repeat their obsessive behaviors. Among various kinds of anxiety, the anxiety on uncertainty is the one that triggers OCD the most. The majority of OCD symptoms are connected with things that are uncertain. It is likely that your anxiety was also created at the point that you failed for the first time to achieve something you had to achieve. It is the anxiety related to the uncertainty of not being able to succeed. Your subconscious mind must have felt the need to hide your anxiety on uncertainty. It must have made you delude yourself that your obsessive behaviors were the causes of your anxiety, because the true cause was a secret never to be revealed. It was an aversive reaction that your subconscious mind took to protect you from shock. Through this, a connection between your anxiety and obsessive behaviors was formed. Your obsessive behaviors became the reason of your anxiety. Your thought and emotions got connected incorrectly. This was a first aid given in haste. You have to understand that first aid is effective only in emergency situations. You cannot live with the bandages till the end of your life. However, you feel that a disaster is going to outbreak if you do not follow your mind's emergency instruction. This is the reason why you live your whole life in an emergency state of mind. It is very hard to break out of this state because the emotions you are feeling in that state are the ones much stronger than any other detailed emotions. To make right decisions, you need to redeem your agency by correctly reconnecting emotions and thoughts. Right decisions in this case refer to the ones related to your priority. People tend to develop OCD in their adolescence. As I mentioned earlier, I think the hormonal shock experienced by their physically immature brains is the cause of their brain malfunctions. People with OCD tend to have excelled in their studies before they developed OCD. As they are the ones who have faith in their knowledge and intellect, they have hard time acknowledging that they can be wrong. On the contrary, they tend to think that they are making right decisions in the order of priority. They understand the advices of their counselors or close associates, but deep in their minds they still believe that they are right. Even though they behave like they understand, they have different thoughts in their minds. This also shows their concealing traits. They think that they exactly know what to do, but just are being hindered by their OCD. I admit that there is an element of truth in their thoughts. However, in most cases, the truth revealed after multiple counseling sessions is that they do not have correct priorities in their minds. Because they make decisions without emotions, they cannot prioritize and focus on what are really important. Instead, they obsess on trivial, but factual, things that are not important repeatedly. It is true that OCD symptoms do exist. But when you consider your priority and importance, they tend not to serve the truth. This is the reason why you cannot behave appropriately. You need to understand this thoroughly to understand the causes of your OCD and to treat it. Without understanding this, your counseling sessions may only aggravate your symptoms. A patient of mine once told me that his old therapist treated him with inner child work. I heard that his sessions were focused on comforting him, symbolizing his OCD symptoms as his inner child. If you are lucky, comfort may work for you. However, if such symbolization misses the point too much, it may hinder your emotional release. You may end up feeling sorry for yourself when you are faced with the situations where you need to get angry. Your OCD is an obstacle that needs to be removed. It is okay to comfort yourself suffering from OCD, but you are not supposed to comfort OCD itself. Erroneous symbolization like the one mentioned above has potential to aggravate your symptoms. Erroneous treatments reinforce misplaced emotions in a situation where appropriate emotions and thoughts are to be reconnected. They urge you to make wrong decisions. As a result, your judgment gets all jumbled up and your symptoms intensify. Erroneous treatments are likely to reinforce your misplaced emotions and cloud your judgment even more. Techniques and tools cannot fix everything. They have to be employed in situations and contexts where they fit. To emphasize what I said earlier, appropriately expressing your emotions does not equate to recklessly bursting them out. You will only get an unnecessary sense of guilt if you do it without principle. As many OCD patients like you are afraid of hurting other people, you are likely to suffer side effects. Techniques and tools are to be employed considering situations, symptoms, and principles. They are to be used to help you think correct thoughts in appropriate situations and feel appropriate emotions. That's the only way you will be able to correctly prioritize and increase the level of your awareness. That's the only way you will be able to solidify your self-trust. When you go back to the starting point of your OCD, you will find yourself in the past suppressing abnormal emotions. You will find a cognitive structure that only employs thoughts to discern situations. Let's say that you felt sadness over a certain flashback of yours and cried over it for the first time. This could be the moment your emotional way out is created, as it is the moment you started to feel the emotions you should have felt. It surely is a form of self-pity, but it also a starting point for your recovery. Variety of misplaced emotions are likely to be mixed with sadness and self-pity you felt. No matter what, you are now on a journey to truth. When you are faced with the scene of the past that evokes your emotion, you can help yourself by trying to specify those emotions. This can be done by verbalizing or symbolizing the part of your body from which your emotions are derived or the numerical intensity of your emotions. By doing so, you will be able to strengthen your discernment and sort out your emotions with more ease. You must have been substituting your lost emotions with obsessive thoughts and behaviors so far. By expressing emotions, you are likely to get a chance to stop your obsessive behaviors. This is because an emotional outlet is created by doing so. By finding a missing cog named emotion, you will find your chance to regain normal functionality.